Hey there, it's me coming with my Life on Reset. And today I want to talk about one of my favorite subjects as of now, and it's called mental health. During this season of my life, I have decided to put a reset on mental health and basically paying attention to it. Most people don't because they have learned to take one malfunction and it creates a dysfunction, and they've learned how to function in it. Our malfunctions are malfunctions. That doesn't mean we're broken. That means something is off, that it just needs to be reset. But what happens if something gets off and we keep working on with it? It's going to create a total dysfunction, and eventually what's going to happen? It's going to break. So I've had a lot of major things happen in my life, things with my son, things with my business, with my living, major things that have happened in my life. And whether you know it or not, any major thing that happens into your life, whether you move to a new city, whether you lose a person, whether you have a new baby, whether you get married or anything, that affects your mental state. It changes how you have to function now. So now what happens is if you get into a situation and you don't understand it, sometimes good things can overwhelm you. But wait, what happens if a lot of bad things happen? But our thing is we try to take a malfunction, which has turned into a dysfunction, and then we try to live through it and wondering why at times we're driving everybody around us crazy. So during this season, I decided to deal specifically with my mental health. And I decided to deal with a situation that people normally don't do. I sought out a therapist. I didn't seek out just a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I sought out a specific therapist. I understand in my own life that my life works by talking and figuring things out. So I specifically sought out a cognitive behavior therapist because I get thoughts, and some of you may have a thought and it may take on a whole personality. But at the end of the day, when that thought got there, what made me give it that definition? Because I'm acting out on a definition. Do you know that poverty is not a state, it's a mentality? You can change poverty by changing your mentality. Now, let me tell you this. You've got rich people that are poor, that have a poverty mindset because they're poor in their relationships. They're poor in how they see life. They're pessimistic in everything. That's a poverty mentality. And you've got some people that may not have everything they need, and they have a wealth mentality because they look at their families and they feel that because we're safe, that we're wealthy, that because we have food and we have shelter, we're wealthy. And so it's a mentality. So that's why it can be changed. You think about it, mentality, mental. So when we start going through things, the first thing we want to do is we want to go to the people that either created the dysfunction, or we go to people that maintain the same dysfunction, and we get help and therapy from them, which creates more chaos, and it never moves you out of your situation. By me getting help, mind you, I cannot be fixed by a person. That's not how that works. So when I went to my therapist, I didn't say that I'm coming because I need you to fix me. I'm saying that I'm working on myself. But a lot of times we don't want to look in the mirror and see what's not right. So I need you to be my eyes. I need you to be that person to see and tell me the things that I don't want to hear, that I don't want to work on, because it's a dysfunction and I've learned to function in it. Tell me, what do you see? I'm going through all this stuff now and I'm coming in every day and I can look the part. I can look like I'm well. I need you to see if I'm covering up. And I need you to tell me that. I need you to call me on that. I need you to be my accountability person. A lot of times you're looking for people who are broken to be your accountability person. Well, they need to be healed themselves. So I go to a paid professional, and that's what they do for an hour. They listen to me talk. They listen to me say the things that I don't want to, and they read through the things that I'm saying that I don't want to say out because I may be embarrassed, or I may be feeling abandonment, or I may be feeling fear. Their job is to catch that. Their job is to catch, to see if I'm having that moment. I'm not the one that they would give medicine to. Be best assured, before I didn't ask, is it something I can take a pill on that will make this go away? That I could just wake up one morning and all of my life is solved? No, I'm not that person. I'm that person that I've got to think my thoughts through. I'm having a hypermania issue. I've got to think those thoughts and bring it down to normal. I actually have to take accountability for my own life. Oh my gosh, you mean to tell me a therapist doesn't fix us? No. That's why, nobody wants to go. Because you assume at times when you go to a therapist, that means that you are broken and you need to be fixed. No, that's not what that means. Therapists cannot fix you. Therapy cannot fix you, but it can help you work on the things that you feel that are broken. And it puts you back into accountability. No, you're not going to be able to take medicine for everything. With some of these things that are going on, where these people are going in these buildings and they're going off and they're doing all these other stuff, hurting other people, it is because something has happened and they are not fixing it. Or what they keep doing is they keep going to their dysfunctional environment, asking for help. My family has heard over and over and over and over and over again my issues. And they have probably tried to come up with every excuse and every reason to try to help me. But at a point in time, we've got to stop taking our dysfunction to people that probably need help themselves. They're probably trying to fix it too. What did Job's wife in the Bible tell him? I don't understand what's going on with you. Just curse God and die. Why are you still hanging on? Sometimes people be like, I don't understand what's going on with you. But yet, we want to bring them into the dysfunction. But this is what happens. A lot of times you've worked on your marriage, you've worked on your finances, you've worked on your spirituality. That's why you got a lot of people that sit in church that's crazy and they're not getting any help because they worked on all that. They know how to quote that Bible. They know how to do them prayers and whatever, but they don't know how to function in a normal life. They don't understand fight or flight. They don't understand cognitive behavior therapy. They don't understand that you can get a thought and it can take on a whole nother situation. They don't understand that when you went through this situation that you were not supposed to go through, that created a trauma, that you may be operating in PTSD. Sometimes a prayer is not going to fix it. I'm a minister also. I have been for it since 1997. I have thousands of books. I've read on how to do it. I know how to pray. I have a prayer group every single day. Be best assured, I understand how to operate spiritually. But mentally, dealing with my soul, that's why I said people try to take and say that it's two things. Your mind, will, and emotion is your soul. It causes you to be able to live in this earth realm. Your spirit is, when God breathed breath into us, he breathed his spirit into us. That is the thing that causes you to be able to communicate. That's why when you want something in the natural done to appease your soul, you go in and you pray and you do things like that. You're trying to get a manifestation in the natural from the spirit. Stop trying to make them two things. So today, work on your mental health. If you need behavior therapy, sometimes you are going to. And if you've been through a lot of trauma and you've never gotten it, be best assured something is going on the inside of there. Stop getting the people around you to try to fix your problem and then driving them crazy because when they can't fix it and then they have to give you some of the examples and you feel, well, they're judging me and they're being critical. No, they're giving you the best information they can. Because a lot of times we don't want to take responsibility and accountability for our own lives. We don't want to stand up and be responsible for those very things. Stop making the people around you even more crazy. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe they need help too. Maybe they're going through those very things with you. Maybe if you get some help, you can come back and help them. So this is my life on reset for today, dealing with mental health. So please feel to like, share, subscribe, and please make a comment. I'll see you again on another My Life is on Reset.